So today our topic is spring cleansing for your body. Last week we talked about cleaning for your home, and you're going to start seeing how our trainings start to overlap a little bit. So does the idea of detoxing your body bring to mind snake oil salesmen and gross cleanses that you drink for a week, or taking handfuls of pills to clear out toxins? Well, I'm happy to tell you that is not what this training is about today. We are talking about easy ways, simple ways to promote and protect your body's natural detoxification system in the spring and all through the year. First, let me say that detoxing is a very real process. Without it, you would get sick and die in short order. You know, you encounter toxins every day in our food, in our water, medications, in the air. Plus, it's a continuous metabolic process that goes on in your body all the time. Your cells are always bringing nutrients in and sending out waste, just like your body as a whole. Now, I do want to say it is impossible to avoid all toxins in the world we live in today. You know, every day we encounter toxins in our food, in our water, and in our air. And your skin, your lungs, your lymphatic system, and your liver are all involved in clearing out these toxins and waste. Other organs in the digestive system also support detoxification by preventing pathogens, you know, those nasty bugs, from taking hold and for getting the toxins out of your body. Okay? So what's on us to do is to support this system. And we do it in a twofold way. One, you want to limit the amount of toxins going in to your body. And two, you want to give your body the water, the nutrients it needs so that it can do its job of eliminating the waste and the harmful substances. As far as spring cleaning or detoxing, for the most part, I recommend skipping the gimmicks. Okay, you know, those week-long cleanses and fasts. I mean, they can help under certain circumstances, or they can do more harm than good sometimes. So unless you're working with a professional, you're probably better off just skipping those and just lend your body the support that it needs. Okay, like the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's true for all kinds of self-care, especially, maybe not especially, but including cleansing. Okay, so in the spirit of prevention, let's focus on 3 super important ways to limit toxins from getting into your body in the first place. Right, you can't avoid them, but it's easier to keep some of them out than it is to try to get them out once they're already in your body. This is especially true of the fat-soluble toxins because, it's like it sounds, they get absorbed in the fat in your body, which is in your brain and in your thighs and in your stomach area, right? And that is not where you want them. And once they're there, they're difficult to get out. That's why a lot of times when people lose weight, they don't feel very good because the toxins are coming out and have to be recirculated and taken care of again. So, I mentioned last time how important it is to use non-toxic cleaning products in your home because you don't want to be breathing in those toxins or polluting the water that then we will all be drinking. Okay. Second, I want you to think about personal products. You want to make sure you use organic, especially for things that you rub on your skin. I remember reading somewhere that it takes like 28 seconds for your skin to absorb what you put on it. So things like lotion, moisturizer, cosmetics that you're putting on your face and leaving there, you want to be really careful about that. As you can see here on this one, it has a, I don't know if you can see it, an NSF stamp showing that it's a certified safe. It has the cruelty-free, that little bunny down there, which I know you can't see, but it's there. And it says organic. Okay. Here's another one, same thing. It's got the NSF stamp on it and the cruelty-free little bunny on the back. Okay. I'm going to post a link for you, if I can get it. No, it's not cooperating right now, but I will post it again to go to the EWG website in order to look up personal products so that you can check the ones that you're using to see how safe they are for you and for the environment, and maybe look for some alternatives. Okay, number 2, good old-fashioned water. Right? It's vital to drink enough water because it helps your organs and your cells not only hydrate, but to flush out the waste and the toxins. Now, please, please, please stop using those awful water bottles that some media specialist has gotten us all to use. Those disposable bottles that are now polluting the landfills, the oceans, and not only that, they leach chemicals into the water so that you are actually drinking chemicals, even if it says filtered water, and especially if it heats up, gets hot, just makes those chemicals go into the water, and then you drink them. Okay? Use stainless steel, use a good quality plastic if you want to, any kind of non-disposable water. How about just a glass or a mug when you're around the house? And you want your water to be filtered, because a lot of the water, unless you have your own well coming in, is full of chlorine, which is good for getting the clean water into the house, but then you need to filter out the chlorine before you drink it. And there's other things in the water too that you don't want there, like so-called acceptable levels of arsenic and lead. I don't know what you consider acceptable. I consider it 0, but that's not how it is. You want to filter that out, and it's also a good idea to filter out water coming through your shower to get the chlorine out, because hot water releases chlorine gas, which then you're breathing. Okay, number 3. Any guesses? 2 is water. Number 3 is food. Okay, this is a biggie. Now, when you can get organic food, especially for the dirty dozen, that would be things like peppers. All right, these are organic. You see the organic seal on them. I wish they weren't packed in plastic, but that's how they sell them. Another one would be kale. Very, very good for you. You want to go for organic, spinach, apples. The list of the Dirty Dozen is already posted on the site, so you can see that in our group, or look at it on the ewg.org website. Okay. Also, you want to avoid highly processed foods. Not saying you can't have some cookies once in a while, but you want to limit those because a lot of them contain nasty oils, the hydrogenated oils, canola, safflower, soy oils, corn oil. Those are not healthy, and a lot of times they're rancid, and the only reason you can't smell how rancid they are is because they're deodorized before they're sold. And also you want to limit GMO foods, because part of the reason they're genetically modified is so that they can accept more herbicides and pesticides. Okay, not what you want going into your body. Plus, I don't think they've ever been tested for safety. So now that we've talked about some ways to keep the toxins out, let's talk about some ways that you can actually nurture your system. So let me just check my notes here. Okay. So I already mentioned drinking good clean water. Good foods are the cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, kale, arugula, because they contain some sulfur and the green chlorophyll, very good for helping your liver detox. Okay, lots of antioxidants and vitamins. Peppers, lemons, oranges, tangerines, grapefruit, anything with vitamin C, also very good. And cilantro. So if you like Mexican food, have them put a little extra cilantro on there. Very good for detoxing mercury and heavy metals. And chlorella also. Now, if you're not a big fan of green vegetables or juicing, you can do it the way I do and buy green powder. All right, and this does contain some of those greens, and it contains the cracked wall chlorella. So you're getting some detox support there. Okay, now one thing I want to really talk to you about with food, since we're thinking about detoxification and keeping the bad guys out and getting them out, is the herbicide glyphosate. Okay, Roundup. You've probably heard of that. Right, Roundup, glyphosate is so overused right now that it actually rains down from the sky. So even our organic food shows traces of it. It's just everywhere. Now they'll tell you it's safe for people because it doesn't affect mammals the same way it affects insects, but that doesn't mean it doesn't affect your gut microbiome, which evidence is showing that it does. And as you know, your biome is so important for many, many functions in your body, including your immune system. And if you care about the environment and good insects, it hurts them as much, and the bees. So please, if you see some dandelions in your yard, let them be, or pick them and eat them, because they are a great food for the liver and for the kidneys, two organs of detoxification and elimination, as well as many vitamins and nutrients. So you can eat the roots, you can eat the leaves, good for you. All right, this supplement here is called glycine. It's actually an amino acid. It's abundant in meats and eggs, but glycine replaces glyphosate. Or maybe I should say it the other way around. Glyphosate gets in there and it replaces glycine, which your body needs in your peptides and proteins. So take a little extra glycine to push out the glyphosate. Okay, this is a good way to detox it. It will go out through your urine. And the nice thing about this is it actually tastes really good. So once or twice a day, I put it in my tea in place of sugar, because it has a little bit of a sweet taste. All right. It doesn't flush out any other toxins other than glyphosate. But that is really important, because not only does it get rid of it, it also then allows your liver to get rid of other toxins because it's not being replaced. All right. If you take collagen, there's a lot of glycine in collagen. Just make sure you're getting good quality grass-fed meat. That's what collagen usually comes from. Because if your cows are being fed glyphosate through the grains, then guess what's in your collagen? And you don't want that. Dr. Klingart, he suggests that you take 1 teaspoon of the glycine powder twice a day for a few weeks to force the glyphosate out of your system. And then after that, a 1/4 teaspoon, which is 1 gram, twice a day. So that's something that you might want to try. The other thing you can do, which is kind of fun, is some gentle bouncing throughout the day, especially if you're sedentary. You can stand up and bounce, or if your knees can't take it, maybe you can sit on a ball and just looks kind of silly. But, what the bouncing does is it's like walking. It moves your lymphatic system. Your lymphatics do not have a pump. And so it relies on movement. And if you're not moving, well, guess what else isn't moving, right? Your lymphatics. And your lymphatics are not only important for your immune system, but they also move the waste from the cells out of the cells. So you want to just every once in a while get up, give yourself a little bounce for 30 seconds or a minute, then you can sit back down. All right. So that's it for today. Let's recap a little bit. So 2 ways to support your natural detox system. First, you want to keep the toxins out by filtering your water, not eating the dirty dozen foods or too much of them. If you can get them organic, that's great. And then you want to eat the cruciferous vegetables, vitamin C rich, really your nutritious foods, right? Good, clean, nutritious foods. Get in some of those bitter greens like kale, the sulfur-rich foods like broccoli and cauliflower, and do a little bit of bouncing. Okay. Clean personal products. I'll get that link to the ewg.org / I think it's called Skin Deep, but I'll post it. And that's it. So go do this stuff, and I'll see you in the group. Bye. Thanks for coming. If you have something that you were like, ooh, that was so interesting, or I learned something new, put it in the comments. Bye-bye.